Greetings and welcome to Hidden Scriptural Truths Revealed. This video deals with what is a Stauros. This Greek word is Strong's number 4716 and it appears 28 times in the original Greek text of the New Covenant Scriptures. It is defined as a stake or post, and it is set up as an instrument of capital punishment. The word Stauros was simply an upright pale or stake to which Romans nailed those who were said to be crucified. Staurud merely means to drive stakes. It never means two pieces of wood joining at any angle. Even the Latin word crux means a mere stake. In this form of punishment, three Greek words are used. Stauru, Strong's number 4716, to impale, appears 46 times. Anastaru, Strong's number 388, to re-impale, Hebrews chapter 6 verse 6, appears once. Sastauru, Strong's number 4597, to impale with others, Matthew chapter 27 verse 44, appears 5 times. Wrongly translated 80 times as cross and crucify. Medical proof. When a person is impaled on a stake, depending on their strength, they usually die from drowning. The decreased oxygen due to difficulty in exhaling causes damage to the tissues and capillaries, begin leaking watery fluid from the blood into the tissues. The lungs would fill with water, and on the stake with their hands fastened above their head, the victim was able to pull upward while pushing with the legs, to clear the lungs of water, to breathe. With the legs broken, this extra power needed was lost, hastening death. John chapter 19 verse 33 to 34 confirms this. When they came to the Messiah and saw that he was already dead, they did not break his legs, but one of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and immediately blood and water came out. A test. Extend your arms out on either side of your chest as if you were on a cross, and try to lift your body upwards, even with pushing with your legs. You cannot. If it had been a pagan cross, the victim would have drowned sooner with no need to break the legs. Psalms chapter 34 verse 20. He keeps all his bones, not one of them is broken. It was known that impaling on a stake would necessitate the breaking of leg bones, but not in the Messiah's case, which was unusual, but prophecy needed to be fulfilled. Acts chapter 13, verse 29. And when they had fulfilled all that was written about him, they took him down from the tree and laid him in a sepulchre. The original Greek word is zulon, Strong's number 3586, meaning a tree, and is used 19 times in the New Covenant. Consider a small tree 150 millimeters in diameter and 3.6 meters long, weighing approximately 45 kilograms, with the branches lopped off, and you have a pole. No sawing or woodwork needed, and only 2 nails required, one through both wrists and other through both heel bones. Hebrews chapter 9 verse 22. And almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without the shedding of blood there is no forgiveness of sins. The comment by Ralph Woodrow Evangelistic Organization sums it up, and we quote, "Suppose Jesus was killed by a shotgun. Would this be any reason to have a shotgun hanging from our necks or on top of a church roof? It comes down to this. The important thing is not what, but who it was that died and shed his blood, not what the instrument of death was." St. Ambrose made a valid point when he said, "Let us adore Christ, our King, who hung upon the wood and not the wood." Because we know it was a stake, we do not wear a stake dowel stick on a piece of leather around our necks to make a statement? The reason for changing the stake to a cross has a pagan origin that came about in 403 of the Common Era, with the rest of the rubbish introduced by Emperor Constantine, that the majority of Christianity still follows today. Pagan Sunday worship, the Trinity, pagan festivals of Christmas, Easter, Sunday, and to unite the Greeks and Romans against the growing threat of the Hebrew Messiah, Constantine invented a Greek Messiah called Jesus, Strong's number 2424. This name appears throughout the Greek New Covenant. The first time the name Jesus came about was in June 1632, and with letter J being less than 500 years old, this could not be applied to the true Messiah who lived in Israel 2,000 years ago. This is just ridiculous, as stating that Mickey Mouse discovered America. The Encyclopedia Britannica of 1934 states, in every part of the world, crosses were used both as symbols or as ornaments long before the Christian era. It did not become a symbol of Christianity until 400 years later, during the time of Constantine. A work accepted by Christianity is Vine's complete expository dictionary of the Old and New Covenant words. This exposes the Christian corruption. We quote, Stauros denotes primary and upright pale or stake. On such malefactors were nailed for execution. Both the noun and the verb stauru, to fasten to a stake or pale, are originally to be distinguished from the ecclesiastical form of a two-beam cross. The shape of the latter had its origin in ancient Chaldea and was used as the symbol of the god Tammuz, being in the shape of the Tau, the initial of his name in that country and in ancient lands, including Egypt. By the middle of the 3rd century AD, the churches had either departed from or had transvested certain doctrines of the Christian faith in order to increase the prestige of the apostate ecclesiastical system. Pagans were received into the churches apart from regeneration by faith, and were permitted largely to retain their pagan signs and symbols. Hence the Tau, or T, in its most frequent form, with the cross lowered, was adopted to stand for the cross of Christ. A warning from a Jesuit priest in his book, Questions and Answers. The religious system tried to assassinate him on many occasions to silence him. We quote, any crucifix, whether in the home or convent, is charged with the powers of darkness and affects everyone near it because it attracts demons. The cross is venerated throughout the whole world. A good example for members of the Church of England is called Devotions on the Passion. We quote, O faithful cross, thou peerless tree, no forest yields the like of thee, leaf, power, and bud. Sweet is the wood, and sweet the weight, and sweet the nails that penetrate thee, thou sweet wood. There's only one word for this, and it is sick. We are humbly grateful to be called followers of the way, as referred to 5 times in Acts chapter 9 verse 2, chapter 19 verse 9, chapter 18 verse 25, chapter 24 verse 14, and chapter 22 verse 22. The way to the Heavenly Father, Yahuwah, is through our acceptance of his only begotten Son, Yahusha, who came in his Father's name, his shed blood, and our belief in his original Hebrew name. John chapter 3 verse 18. Our faith is not identified by any pagan symbol. Please share, because many sincere relatives, friends and associates may still be in darkness by a religion that has been corrupted with false statements and lies. These are still adopted by the World Council of Churches, and it controls all denominations, Bible colleges, theological seminaries, Bible institutes. They are all guilty for making the prophecy of Revelation chapter 12 verse 9 a reality. Satan deceives the whole world. Not just a part, but the whole world. This good advice is given in Revelation chapter 18 verse 4. Come out of her, my people, lest you share in her sins, and lest you receive of her plagues. We hope your eyes will be opened so you will make the right decision. Shalom.